Do you know how badly your body is affected by sleeping only 5 hours or less every day? This has become very common nowadays. Very few people get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Today, I will share some symptoms of sleep deprivation with you. Because when sleep is not complete, the body cannot function properly. Ideally, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is very important. A study was published in the BMC Public Health Journal that I came across. According to it, 35 years ago, the average human sleeping window was 7.5 hours, which has now decreased across the world. People are sleeping less. If you compare it to even 20 years ago, the average person used to get 6 hours of sleep. It went from 7 to 8 hours to 6 hours, and now it's down to 5 or even less. This is happening globally. Sleep is steadily declining. So what are the harmful effects on health? Because the body only recovers during rest, physical recovery, mental recovery. The energy the body uses throughout daily activities causes wear and tear in muscles and tissues. Then there is the emotional and mental stress from professional life. Every day, we make many decisions, have social interactions, meet people. The brain needs time to recover from this. During sleep, hormones are released like IGF-1, growth hormone, melatonin, and cortisol. These hormones help in the recovery process. And if you regularly exercise, muscle recovery and growth happen during sleep. Fat is burned. Numerous detoxification chemical reactions take place in the body. The body detoxes itself during sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, this process doesn't occur properly. The brain remains foggy. Fatigue sets in. You feel sleepy all day. Mood changes and mood swings happen, which affects decision-making. Along with that, other mental issues emerge: weak memory, loss of focus, attention deficit, inability to concentrate, unhappiness, depression, irritation, and agitation. These are all cognitive issues, related to mental health. That's why people suffering from these problems are often given psychotic drugs to help them sleep better. Another thing I want to mention, if you're a student, or someone involved in creative work, like a writer or content creator, then cognitive functions, memory, focus, and active concentration are essential. And when you're tired, none of this is possible. You can't retain information. The door to creativity completely shuts. Psychotic drugs only suppress these symptoms, they don't treat the root cause. One study involved 3,000 students who were sleeping less than 6 hours a day. It found that their memory was severely affected. They couldn't remember what they studied. Their self-esteem and self-confidence were low. They had a stronger desire for bad habits like smoking and alcohol. Most dangerously, there was a higher tendency and desire for suicide. Due to lack of sleep, the sympathetic nervous system becomes hyperactive. This is called sympathetic overactivity. In this state, drowsiness and sleepiness override the nervous system, causing increased production of adrenal hormones. Adrenal hormones, including the stress hormone cortisol, are released in higher amounts. These hormones keep a person awake. And when stress increases, the body's ability to recover decreases. That's why if you don't get enough sleep, you shouldn't do heavy workouts at the gym, just go for a walk. Heavy workouts add extra stress to the heart. Also consider that if this overactivity becomes chronic, meaning if the body stays in this state for weeks or months, the risk of heart disease increases. Exercise, instead of being beneficial, can become harmful. The risk of developing diabetes also rises because cortisol and adrenaline cause sugar to be released in the body. Since cortisol is a stress hormone, the body feels that there's a threat outside and prepares to deal with it by generating energy. The body's primary energy source is sugar. Stored sugar in the muscles is released into the blood, increasing blood sugar levels. That's why these hormones are also called glucocorticoids. They regulate glucose in the body. In the end, all these factors contribute to weight gain or eventually fatty liver. Due to high cortisol levels, the immune system shuts down. The number of white blood cells, which are part of the immune system, decreases. That's why abnormal adrenal function is found in almost all autoimmune problems. An overactive immune system is observed. If you're trying to lose weight, it won't happen under stress. You can follow the best diet plan, but if your sleep isn't right, even with exercise, it won't help. For those who can't get enough sleep at night, the best option is to take a short nap during the day. Even if you don't feel sleepy, just lie down, sleep will come after a while. Here are some more tips. The room temperature should be around 20 degrees Celsius for good sleep. The room should not be too warm. Don't keep electronic gadgets in your bedroom, TVs, laptops, mobile phones. These emit EMF, electromagnetic waves, which affect the brain and heart. Avoid eating large meals late in the evening. Overeating causes bloating and an upset stomach, which negatively affects sleep. Eat your last meal 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. Turn off unnecessary lights at night. Darkness helps increase melatonin, the hormone that improves sleep quality. On the other hand, lights, especially blue light from TV and computer screens, reduce melatonin production. So it's better to turn off most of the lights in your home at night. That's it for today's video. See you in the next one. Take care.